All right. Let me add some light. I don't know if it's pretty dark here. I'm going to have a video, right, with somebody coming in. I'm going to have a visitor today. All right, this D-Boy West Coast Uncensored. We're going to have a visitor today. And for some reason, they don't got me on where I really should be with this because I had some problems earlier. Sorry about that. So I'm just waiting for them to come on. I sent them the link already. So I'm just waiting for them to come in. I'm supposed to be on another level with this, and they're not giving me credit for it. So I actually get called in, and I'm talking about Zoom. So we are going to stop and start again after this one. So, man, I hope you guys listen to the video. The recent videos. This participant, I don't know where they are at. Some, right? Okay, they say they're in, but I don't see them. Hmm.
Hi. Hi, Kuya Dan. Can you see me now?
No, I can't. What happened? I could.
Oh, there you
Okay, there you
go.
are. Hi, I'm glad you're here. I kind of explained as I got on what was going on. They were gonna. I want to make sure I'm doing this one thing, and this is that I'm recording. Yes, I think I'm recording for sure. Yeah, I'm recording. So, yeah, I wanted to get you on. This is a guest here for our podcast, and I hope you enjoyed the one with Charles. This is this definitely is a friend of mine I've met named Vena. She actually has her own business, and definitely, when we come here, we talk about spiritual advancement and knowledge, and she actually has her own. So I wanted just to you guys to all get to know her. She has an awesome business that will definitely jive with a lot of you guys who have some knowledge and stuff like that with the energy, frequency, vibration. So welcome, Vena Aquino.
Yes,
Aquino.
Aquino.
Yeah,
Aquino.
Aquino.
Yes.
Aquino. Yeah.
Aquino. Aki here.
Yeah. Right.
No, it's a funny
So it's
last name.
good. It's good to have you. Good to see you.
Can you see me well? Hello, Kuya Danny. I call you Kuya Danny because that's a sign of respect in our culture.
Yes,
And I'm
definitely.
I'm sure you understand that.
Yes, I definitely do. Totally understand that. Um, Definitely respect in the culture. So yeah, just anything what you want to talk about or share. Do you want to talk about your business? I know you might want to ask questions or talk about your business because I definitely
Yes.
we want to put that information out there too.
Yes. What's our topic? We're just gonna wing it right now,
You
right?
can wing it if you want. That's why I was text you if there's something you want to talk about or specifically. or something, or
Well,
we can just kind of be led and let it have its way.
yeah, I'm in I would not call it business, but in a mission, a crusade to educate a lot of us in regards to health, wellness. I call it wellness, right?
Yeah,
And that entirely describes every aspect of our individuality.
yeah,
So my mission name is Venus Reiki Healing, and it's about energy healing. It's about uh enhancing, or me as a channel for improving your energy, or the flow of your energy, and blocking any kind of blockages in our system. So basically, I want to um, educate people and remind, better yet, the word is remind people that we are self healer, and it's time for us to really be acquainted to that.
yeah.
So we're
It's
forgetting, yeah.
yeah. It kind of goes back into the re's, right? Revisit, reacquainted
Oh,
who we really are, right?
yes,
Because
yes.
it seems like we've gotten amnesia. The gods have got amnesia, and we don't know who we are, but we start to find our way back.
Yeah. And talking to you, Kuya Danny, is like really like awakening um more so, and with you, with every word that we say, there's always a meaning in there, and I love that. I loved exploring, because I know I've been a very inquisitive person, but because of things that happen to us from when we're growing up, having family, children, focus on work, making sure there's food on the table, we come to forget who we are. And that's what I'm trying to revive, that.
Yeah,
And I'm teaching my children with that as well. So yeah, and now I have two grandsons. It's another level of you know training, educating them. My little 4-year-old grandson, oh my goodness, I'm starting to teach him about energy.
yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I don't, you remember Dr. Silva?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
He actually, discovered that frequency of the alpha wave and stuff, right?
yeah,
So I actually, the alpha frequency, I started playing that one night, and it's a beat, a heartbeat. Tu- 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 tu.
yeah.
And he liked it.
Is that the binarial beats?
No, it's an alpha wave beats that it's like
Okay.
a heartbeat. Toot, 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 toot,
Okay.
toot.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I was surprised he liked it. When we go to sleep, he will say, Mom, put the heartbeat sound. And I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
anyways, yeah, when he's here, I teach him a lot about, those kind of spirituality. Even taught him like Reiki. He knows about Reiki.
That's they absorb it so much like a sponge there, right?
Right.
Perfect. That's when they're young and teach it, because when they're taught all the dogma and all the programming, they have to unlearn. Kind of like Yoda said, you have to unlearn to relearn.
Right. Right.
They don't have to if they're getting what you're giving your grandchild now. They don't have to unlearn that.
Right, right. It's
Yeah,
so just amazing, just
yeah,
amazing. And adding, knowing you is adding more to my level of awakening. It's just fabulous, how universe gives me all these resources and messages that
yeah. The
it's fantastic.
connections.
Right, right,
Somebody who you say, I don't know them, and then they come in your life and like, no, you do know me. I know you, because there's something there. It
right.
could be in a past, who knows, life or the connection, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like you know them, and they're not
Mm-hmm.
strangers.
Right, right. So yeah, so that's me. I'm an LVN by profession. And today's my birthday.
Yes, yes. Happy
Thank you so
birthday.
much, Kuya
Right.
Danny, for allowing me to do this. I know it's just
Yes.
been a plan, but I said this is perfect. It's my birthday. I'm excited. So,
Yeah.
and I've been on LVN for 30 something years. So it's a fantastic
Right.
experience.
Yeah, it's
It's
like you
full,
saying your grandchild, and we looked at you, said, you mean your child's for? Because you don't look, that you've been doing business like that for 30 years already. But
right? So,
yeah,
yes. And it's very
it's a
fulfilling,
long time.
rewarding. Right. My training ground was in a skilled nursing facility. So I've seen a lot of elderlies, more um experience dealing with them, everything. So it's just, amazing experience. So I came about knowing Reiki when I studied bachelor's of science in complementary, no, alternative medicine. So I
Yeah,
didn't pursue my RN degree because I said, nah, I've already know nursing.
yeah,
So yeah, so universe put me on that path that I can explore more about medicine and how to really be help and guide people to how to heal themselves. And of course, primarily myself, because if I'm not on that, level, then I'm not going to be able to share. So right now I'm
yeah,
increasing my level of knowing and understanding, and to add you also as my resource, my network.
but
my my guiding.
you're
Yeah,
remembering something you're connected to.
right, and we always have a
Even,
good talk. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like we have an ending talk, so that's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
that seems like the eternal talk.
right. And your session is always something different to listen to, and I'm like always excited to, like, I want to know more.
Yeah,
And you're just feeding us so many. So it's like, okay, let me try to catch up here.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know
So
what
yeah, thank you
that
so much.
oh no, I appreciate it. It's like when I seen you, it's like I felt like I knew you, and I knew I could see the depthness of your heart and soul, and it was like she's open, she knows,
Mhm.
and I even see it now that I can see you're like climbing this
Mhm.
mountain to you don't want a piece, you want it all.
Well, you taught me that, the peace.
Right?
You
I
said peace
mean,
be with you. What is that now when I said peace be with you? Instead of saying
well,
that, what?
I was always looking at the piece, and I had shared this on a video before. The piece,
Right,
you get a pie, you cut it in
right,
8 slices, and you want a piece. That's not
right.
the whole.
Yeah. So what is it now that we have to say instead
I
of
say wholeness. Even
wholeness
found
be
out
with
when
you?
I did a word of the day. I'll do. If you ever see my video, which you get, you'll see a
Mhm.
WOTD. That stands for
Yeah, yeah,
word of the
yeah.
day. Word
Right,
of the
right,
day.
right. I
And I
love
did
that. Yeah.
one on the word of the day. Which one was it? God, I forgot what word it was. But actually, that word integrity meant wholeness.
Oh,
It actually
okay.
had wholeness, and I was like, wow. I looked at that. Integrity actually meant wholeness, and etymology had that wholeness to it.
Oh, does it also, Kuya Danny, the in math, the integer, is that
Yeah,
because isn't it there's like the negative and the positive
yeah,
kind of.
yeah, exactly. Because you
And what
being in
we just
health,
and
right?
we were just talking about the magnets, the positive, negative earlier. So
Yeah, yeah, and then you see that the positive negative doesn't necessarily mean bad or good. It
right.
just represents the energy. That
And
bad or good's a
the
whole different
balance.
story. Yeah,
Right. And balance as well. Yeah.
yeah, and balance. Because you have the in like in health when you're dealing with ions
Mm-hmm.
that are negative, that's good for you. Positive
Right.
ions are getting into rust and corrosion. When it's
Right.
negative, it's like what was the word I'm looking for? When you eat a lot of acidic foods,
Right. Right.
they're
Alkaline.
they're positive. The
Uh-huh.
good alkaline's the negative.
Right.
It's
Right.
more healthy.
So it has to balance no matter
Yeah,
what. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's one thing that's we tend to forget that it's all about balance. I was just my friend and her husband, they just left, and we were talking about health as well. Like it's not just about you do exercise, you eat properly, because we don't even know the food, if you're not really careful or you're not really planting your own food, which of course, the majority of us, I think,
Yeah.
don't have that. We don't have gardens, right? Or, or we have land, but, and then with that, exercise, diet, food, nutrition, and what's the other one? Free of stress. So
Mental. Yeah. The mental
yeah,
mindset.
mental. Yeah. So those three has to be all balanced.
Yeah.
Three
There's
triangle,
the
right?
triangle. Yeah. The pyramid triangle.
Yeah. And without that, if you drop one, still not, it's not going to balance. So that's the thing that I really want to emphasize when I do provide, kind of like educate people. So it's
Yeah.
really a, and that's what I want to share it, so that they can be, they can share to other people as well. So, and
It's almost
hopefully,
like this is part of you now. What you're doing with that is, it's like this is a passion that I've grabbed a hold of with because you've worked in health for a long time. And as we see what really goes on with health, that we kind of know, or we see as the system, and we kind of start getting the knowledge, we have a recognition of really what's health, and and what's not. And then you start getting into what you're doing is staying in health, but pushing it into another thing that it's really been silenced or pushed down, especially in this culture, Western culture.
and of course, I have a lot of things to learn, a
Yeah.
lot more. This is, I'm just like a newborn kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm grasping, like,
Yeah.
hey,
And it's
so
kind of like that, because it's like you were at one place and now you feel yourself rising to another. It's like you're being
Mhm.
dying and birthing again to another level, always coming out of the ashes, rising, right? Like a phoenix,
Right.
or like
Yeah.
coming to the next level, and being birthed again. Or what we do know, we know what, as much as I could be awake, right?
Mhm.
Level, I'm still asleep to the next level
Right. It's,
of
there's more things to really explore, and, you know,
experience.
yeah, and you're even going back to the ancient times. I said, oh my goodness, this is this is, yeah. I mean, I have to catch up. Like, okay, I know some of it that you're saying, but of course not all of it, especially when it comes to, Bible and stuff. I grew up in a Catholic, culture, but yeah, sure.
Right. Well, it goes with it. We can go into why that happened. Of course, we know why, what
Right.
happened in that, because you guys definitely had an indigenous culture that was there before,
Mm-hmm.
that had
Yes.
certain practices that were connected to the nature and connected to spirituality, like everybody else did.
Right, right.
Um,
So it
I know
was,
the
yeah.
experience that I had with you when you did your Reiki was, because
Mm-hmm.
when you do Reiki, you don't touch, right? You don't.
Yes, definitely.
But
Yeah.
but I could feel the presence, the energy, almost like you were, but I knew you
Right.
weren't.
Right.
It's like I could feel you, and I could feel your energy, like touching me. It was, but
Right.
it wasn't you physically with your hands doing
Right. Exactly.
it. Yeah.
And that's sometimes, I do try to touch, very, very soft, just to, like, for example, there's like an intense pain or
Yeah.
discomfort. I try to do it with my client. So
I felt like
yeah.
you were reading me like a book.
Oh wow.
When you
Well,
were there,
that's a
my
good,
energy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Actually, one of my client, first day, she said in the front of her, there were like few people who was standing in front of her. And I
Mm.
was like, oh my gosh. And her parents were both, are both passed away. So I said, oh, so they're wearing white, and they're just looking at her. I said, oh my gosh, some sort of spirit, because I think she's awakening too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I said, well, that's twice of a session that she, saw people.
Yeah.
So I never had that kind of, testimonials before. So
Yeah, you will. Are you scared of it?
I'm just excited. I'm
Okay.
just
I
excited.
didn't ever think you were. That's not, I
Yeah.
pick up that it's
I
like, I want the experience and know I came this for this, and it's expansion time you're raising up now.
right.
Like the timing's
So
perfect for you right
right.
now. Yeah.
Yes, I truly believe in that. And like I said, I still have to I feel like it's something is pulling me to go what's the call, travel to
Hmm.
different um cultures,
Yeah.
you know like India, have yet to explore where to go on that, Peru, those, Mexico were first one. I want to see that. Mexico,
You want to
what's
go
in
to
whatever is
the
the
Chichen
sacred place,
Itza and seeing
whatever is the sacred place
the
in,
pyramids.
yeah.
I actually went there a few years ago, and went to the pyramids, went to the cenotes too.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And that was actually, I could talk a little bit about the cenotes. I had an experience there. I
Mm-hmm.
felt energy, and I felt people that were unseen to the naked eye were bidding me to
Mm.
come to the other side. Because cenote is
Mm.
underneath and it's water, and it's
Oh.
very humid there, but the water is really cold. So it was really awesome being in it. It
Oh,
was like
wow.
perfect with going with the humidity. But I
Right.
felt where everybody was in an area together swimming, and I felt like they were bidding me come to this side, and I did.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
where they were saying don't go to that side, but I did because I felt I was being bidded by
Right.
something else to come over there, and yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, because sometimes we tend to ignore it, like in our minds. But now I just try to really um what do you call it? Like I told you earlier, like I try to avoid looking at people because
yeah,
sometimes they're misunderstood, when I look at them. So, but the energy when I go in a room or whatever area, they tend to look at me like, like, oh, who's coming? Like that.
yeah,
So it flatters me in a way, but it kind of like, oh, okay, you guys feel my energy. That's good.
yeah,
Because the energy is suddenly like, like calm, something
yeah.
like that. So I like that feeling. So
Your energy is definitely drawing and went to another area. And this is just
mhm,
what I kind of picked up. I picked up in our discussions a lot on you. It's like, that's why it's like I knew you. I guess I
mhm,
kind of read you like a book. But and then when we had a long talk here recently, it was like I was seeing your, some in-depth things even in family, and we talked about that. But
right.
this kind of things are happening. It's needed at this time because we are definitely needed to be there for ourselves and others in the connection, because I think a lot of people that you're seeing are going to be able to connect to your energy and come for that, and you're going to be able to be there for the healing and also for the help of the awakening on a lot of people.
So being really open, you know,
Yeah,
if once you get into this this mode and you're still trying to go back to your old habits, well, it's not gonna work. How no matter how many hundred times you have a Reiki or
yeah,
meditation, when you meditate, you really want to progress and move to that level, and
yeah,
that is the same client who I was talking about, when she saw these people, she just mentioned it to me the other day that without mentioning that, oh, although she acknowledged that the Reiki helped her, right? So
yeah,
she said, I just had a different perspective now, because she's single, she's looking for a partner, blah blah blah. But she said, she was admitting that her you know how she looks at life right now is different from the past, and the very, for me, the very rewarding to hear is she said her anxiety is less. It's
well,
like
see,
it went down to 70, the less anxiety, it's like now it's like 30%. kind of thing.
And that was after the session with you.
Oh yeah, she had
Yeah.
3 sessions, I think, already.
Yeah.
So she wants to, she wants to schedule again. Yeah. So far she's, yeah.
And you shared that what you do. If you want to even leave an email and share that, you can. If somebody would want a session living in the area, because I know your office is in Ontario, right?
Ontario, yes, close to the airport, so it's very convenient if you guys gonna fly. Actually, there is a flight attendant
Okay,
who
yeah,
who had she said she had a Reiki before and she's been looking for one, and then she was there at one of the hotel and she found me.
yeah.
So yeah. So she got,
See,
so
them that
it's
will connect will, are going to connect, and we definitely want that out there for people to do it. I need even some more sessions in the future because I've had only
of
one.
course.
And you said
Yes.
you need more, right? The more, what is there an amount, certain amount you need, or just you need more if
You
you need?
know, it just really depends on you, and it has to really be for me, like voluntarily, like, and a timing,
Yeah,
there might be, you're so busy, whatever, but you really want it. Universe will put us there on that
yeah,
right timing. Just like what happened when you first had your
yeah.
session with me, So
And that's
yeah.
really when I got to know you. We were, I think, in
Oh,
Cerritos at the meeting,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And
Yes.
then we ended up going from there to
So,
your
and then,
office.
yeah, yeah. And we you stayed till 11, I think.
But then we ended up talking, and it was like, okay, the connection's true. It is there spiritually, and the
Yeah.
excitedness, because for even like you with them, when there's periods of times you don't meet people with this, and it seems like the last year, I've just
Mhm.
people have been connecting to me from a different level of this, right? Of just the knowledge and spiritual that before that wasn't happening, but I noticed it's happening more.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Of course.
Yeah, people in the
Yeah.
area, and it's like just hearing, listening, and being able to, even if you don't want to do something, but if you're getting instructed to do it, do it. I mean, I did that. Met
Right.
somebody, went there that day, and and met you. I was told a little bit about you and somebody else, definitely by Marissa, and then she was excited. Having those Filipinas seeing something different, and from
Yeah. Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes, surprising to really have that connection with your peeps.
yeah,
Yeah, because we know, especially this generation, forget about the younger one, but growing up in the Philippines, you come to know more the religion rather
yeah,
than knowing yourself.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
and have a fear of, because of the teachings, but it confuses me at the time that I kind of got, actually, to be honest, Kuya Danny, I got more awakened. Well, I started being awake when the scandal with the priest. I think that's my turning
Okay,
point.
yeah,
Yeah, that was actually my turning point.
made you kind of open your eyes and take notice. Huh?
Well, there was already, with my partner, we already, because he's not that, uh, following religion, but he comes to me in the church when we go to church, when I go to the church. But then he will question things. And I started questioning things too. Like he would say, why is there a jealous God? And you mentioned that already.
Yeah,
See? Yeah.
the
So
demiurge
why,
is all about that. Yeah,
yeah, why if he loves us, why is there war? Why is this and
yeah,
this and that? All these things. So, and then I went to the point of somebody told me, a friend of mine also said, about Adam and Eve, like where is there paradise of Eden or whatever?
yeah,
What is that? The first see, Genesis, like, oh my God.
yeah,
And then I have to challenge one of my coworker before. She said, how they always say, well, I always go to the Bible study, I teach Bible, blah blah blah. So I questioned her. I said, um Adam and Eve, how did they have children?
Right. I
That
got a
much.
yeah. And we are, let me see, we are at
10
the,
minutes.
remember I told you the minutes?
Yeah.
So we're at 10 now. I'm trying to fix this because I shouldn't have this, but there's a
Yeah. We're gonna
problem
have
with
a part
them.
two.
So we're at under 10 minutes. So we got time. I'll give you a signal or just that. And when if we're not done, we can hop back on if you
Yeah.
want to keep going.
Yeah, that's up to you. You
It's
know,
I'm fine with it. You know, I could do this
our
all
brain
day.
is running all the time,
Yeah, I could do this all day.
right?
Actually, it was funny that you mentioned it because this morning I had an appointment with somebody from Iowa and we did this today.
Oh,
And I'll be
really? Wow.
releasing that video tomorrow
Oh, wow. Back to back.
because this is Friday night, y'all. This will be released probably Sunday. Maybe I don't want to release it the same day as the
Right,
other
right,
one.
right.
Give it a little time. So yours will probably be released
Yeah.
Sunday, edited,
And
released, and all that by Sunday. But
good, good, good. And
so
I'm
I got a question for you.
yes, sir.
You're funny. Yes, sir.
I have to stop that. I don't know why.
That's a fun.
I know there's another meaning for that.
I've heard, yeah, a lot of like, and stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm like that even when I go places. I try to, amongst people in the community, if they're
Yeah.
older, I'll even call younger people. Oh, thank you, sir. And they look at me,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
showing the respect.
Right,
Because
right.
sometimes we see no respect, right,
Right.
amongst people, and just always putting gratitude and respect. But my question is, your background, Catholicism in the church, you realize you're really not getting to know self in that. Did you go from kindergarten through college in the Philippines in a Catholic school?
No, kinder to grade sixth grade.
Okay, not even high school. Okay.
I did. This is so funny. So from the province, sixth grade. So my sister actually did until six, seven, eight, six, seven, eight, nine, nine until ninth grade. So we moved to the city in Manila. So my mom tried to want us to go to straight Catholic school, right? So the Saint Joseph in in Manila is a exclusive. The one that I came from was co-ed, right? So I didn't like it. I said, this
Mm.
is crazy. This is not, no, I don't like it, right? They're so like, like socialite or whatever. No, that's not. So I moved to university, which is they have a high school in there. So yeah, so I didn't, and I'm not really a church person. I don't put veil or go to church. I'm not a
Even back
very
then, you didn't. You didn't just adopt it and you were like, "This is what
right.
I." Yeah, okay, I got you.
It's
I can
not
see that. I
me,
actually can feel that and see that.
right? It's not me. An Aries. I'm an
I think
Aries.
I think that I'm beginning to see right now. You
Mm.
probably question things even as a little girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. So not just question. I don't go with the trend, Kuya.
yeah.
If there is, like, say everybody's wearing the white jeans or whatever because it's a style.
You're
No,
not a
no.
follower.
Yeah. Yeah, that I
Wow.
know for sure. Yeah. So they actually call me either a spoiled brat or, a black sheep. No, they call in the Philippines stubborn.
you had
Yeah.
your Aries ram's horn ready to
Right,
bang
right.
heads with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aries are leaders themselves. They're naturally leaders. Um,
I think, well, my mom even tells me I'm not a typical Aries. I don't know what
you're
she meant by
not.
that.
I
I'm not.
already seen that. No, no.
Why is that?
There's either it could be when
I
you
know,
came.
I know my ascending is Virgo, but
Okay,
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense. Sending
Yeah.
and your ascending stars are in other places and your ascending planets that you're not like fully Aries because I know a lot of Aries.
Oh,
and
really?
and and when I really picked up on it was when we went to Florence's house.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't trying to lead and get all the attention. You isolated very slickly, almost like you knew how to remove yourself where nobody noticed.
Oh yeah.
Right? I noticed
Right.
that a lot of Aries want to be the leader, the
Attention.
center of attention,
Yeah.
right? Because they have these qualities of being a leader. An immature Aries is actually like a baby,
Childish. Yeah.
yeah, and very like a baby ram. If they don't become a mature ram, they can stay a baby lamb.
Oh, okay.
You
Wow.
know, and it is the
Right, right.
first. It is the first sign
Mm-hmm.
of
Of
the beginning. Yeah. And
oh
which is
wow.
interesting because I don't, this has happened a lot with a brother I was close to. I told you about the experience I had in his room, we had this experience with the light and stuff. He was an Aries. I'm a Pisces, the last. So even connecting with you, you're an Aries and I'm a Pisces, right? That's like the first and the last.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
okay.
but those can change with them. But I seen either you planned it because you have wisdom, but you move differently than most Aries, and I noticed it because you were able to almost really. What's the name of the plane that doesn't make any sound? Stealth. You move stealthily, right?
Yeah. Told me what what like slick
Yeah.
or
So
sneaky. I don't know. No, that's
that's funny because that used to be my nickname at the job. That I had
which one?
coworkers used to call me Slick.
Slick. No, that's one. Like few times he calls me now. Oh, you're slick, huh? You think you're slick? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I have like a ninja. Is that the
Yeah,
same?
yeah. Yeah. No, and you move stealthily and you weren't trying to be the life or the leader of the party, which Aries can be that
Uh-huh. Right, right, right.
not in the mix. So there's some differences. You're not like the typical. There's some
Right, right. But my
versatility going
yeah,
on.
because I
Yeah.
have three Virgo and my moon is Aquarius. So that's even more like being independent and
I have a lot of Aquarius in mines too. Like 3 or 4 of the planets are Aquarius in mine.
yeah.
And I'm a Pisces, but there's 3 or 4 that are Aquarius.
Oh, okay. So yeah, those three combinations, it's really, it's a good thing,
Yeah.
when So yeah, so
So you
I
got
don't
the fire and the air with the Aquarius.
yeah, I have and Virgo, the Virgo.
And
Yeah, I
Virgo
have
is
two.
what is Virgo air? It is, huh?
It is air, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just did a thing about it. Yeah, because
So
it's my detriment. Meaning
oh,
the 180 degrees away, the 6 months is Virgo to me.
oh, okay.
So when you
So
see the story of Jesus casting the line in the story, and you may not know the story, but he goes fishing
okay.
and they cast the line, don't catch anything. He said, catch it to the other side of the boat, the right side, which is like cash your thinking to the other side of your mind, to the spiritual side.
Okay, yeah,
And they
yeah.
caught 153 fish. Well,
Oh, okay.
from a Pisces to Virgo is 153 days.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
that
Jeez.
153 is even 9.
Oh,
5,
nice.
1,
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because
So much.
math. You're a math person, right? No.
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 That you know what? This is the thing that I couldn't I think I got a little bit suppressed because when I was on my third grade, I was really great in math. The multiplication, I was the only one raising hands, with answers. I think that teacher taught me not to speak up. So my
Yeah.
my math, she said, "Oh, let your other classmates to answer, right?" So I got kind of like shied away and suppressed, traumatized, in other words.
Yeah.
So my math went, yeah. So, even though in a way, I love math, but then, it started,
I just
you
text
know,
you that.
yeah,
Right.
started
So
to decline.
let's break here and then restart.
Okay.
With part 2, you guys, I'm going to record this on 2 parts. So when it comes out, you will see me with the Reiki master teacher.
Master yet.
But I'm
Practitioner.
saying you are, even though you're not,
Oh,
because you
okay.
are going to be.
Thank you. Thank you, Kuya Danny.
But let's end and we'll restart. And I think it takes a few minutes,
Okay.
but
Good.
I will send another link and we'll restart. All right.
Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you,
Part two.
guys.